Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. We'll be continuing the series, so let's dive right in. First I want to kind of help get off this, just to get rid of this. So we're going to have Russia go in, take out one pocket, and begin to, and decimate the major pocket, while also wiping out this third pocket. Meaning this rebellion is basically over. It's gonna be wiped out pretty quickly at this point. And now Russia can continue on its own thing. Now, green, orange, and Russia all have one thing in common. They despise this purple nation. So what are they gonna do? Carve it up, of course. What else could they do to solve their problem of everyone hates this nation? Work it out peacefully? No, that's not an option. That's stupid. But yeah, they just kind of carve it up. And the orange finally fully annexes the rest of their puppet. Now, over in North Italy, they're kind of upset because, come on, man, South Italy is clearly a puppet. So, the orange team makes them a deal. The deal is, they get the very, very valuable island of, what's the island again? Corsica. Yeah, Corsica. In trade for southern Italy. This seems very unfair on Orange's side. But Corsica is very important for them. And Italy has southern Italy as very important for them. So trading two very important things is equal. So, meanwhile, over to Asia, we have some of these guys. We have just a bunch of people just kind of go over here into this big old plain area of flat land, kind of just create a country. Weirdly blobby compared to other countries. And that's because of one reason. The country's literally the whole reason the country wanted to exist is just so they could find a bunch of land to go back and forth through for the rest of their time. They just wanted to go back and forth between a massive chunk of land. So they're going to start that. They're going to kind of extend out this way. But then leave this area behind. Yeah, you can tell what they are. They kind of even leave their capital behind, deciding to just ditch the idea of one place for the government. Basically, in this little blob, the government is everywhere. And they continue to just stretch back over. And they make it over. And then they realize, hey, wait a minute. We're already stretching forward. Why don't we just keep the land we stretched through? So they decide to do that from now on. And they stretch back over to the territory they just left, which makes them a pretty sizable country. Because they just decided, instead of leaving the land, why don't we just get more? I know, genius. But with this country kind of just existing here and finally setting up its own capital, everything is... Nobody cares, really. Asia's the only one who knows about them. There's a chance Russia might have one time, maybe, set up a little trade thing, but then went away and knew about them somehow, but barely. but nobody really cares enough to spread information, to spread the info. The two Indian states have an argument over the third Indian states and the Myanmar state have a dispute over this red area. They all want it. They all want it very much. So, what are they going to do? Well, instead of getting it, they're just going to make it its own country. Yes, that is their solution. Make it its own country. But then all the Asian nations work together to kind of just fill in this little spot. Honestly, just because I don't like it being there. And Russia begins exploring out eastward, and oh shoot, there's a country here. Wait. If there's a country here, let's travel across this country, and oh shoot, there's like 15. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 countries. Oh shoot. Well, we're just gonna explore up to here and kind of leave you guys alone. We might come over to the areas we just explored, but we won't interfere with you guys. We have no idea what you guys do. We're not even going to test that. So, and then the Russians begin actually taking the land. And, well, they kind of steer clear of all these Asian nations, just not knowing what to expect from them. From what they can expect, from what they know, out of this lime green nation, they expect all Asian nations to be countries that just expand. Because that's what the Lime Nation did, and Russia doesn't want to deal with any nation that's like that, so they're just gonna steer clear. Yeah. Russia is not yet ready to take on someone who just wants constant expansion. 7 minutes, and I've basically only talked about Russia. Huh. Well, then the orange team goes on and begins an invasion of this Yugoslav-like nation. And as it does its invasion, it just decimates the area. Like half the land just... Oh, that's your farm? It's burned now. To the ground. Every last bit. Meanwhile, up in Greenland, Sweden's continuing to just kind of chill up here. Yeah. Right now, one of the best places you want to be are probably Germany and Sweden. Maybe France, too. Just, you don't want to be anywhere near... You don't want to be too close to Orange. You don't want to be in Asia. You don't want to be next to Russia. You just want to be in a relatively safe area. Germany's relatively safe with that little border they have. So, they're fine. Yeah. How long have I been recording? Only 9 minutes? Wow. So, now, South China's gonna kind of finally start wrapping down to connect up its territories. It's gonna go around, explore down this peninsula, explore the rest of the islands it occupies, and it's gonna move down them. And then the Myanmar state's like, hey, since when were you over here? And like South China's like, hey, since when did we get this close to you? Yeah. And they kind of just fill in the rest of these islands because they have nothing else to do. So yeah. But now, North and South China decide to do something. Let me find them. They decide, why don't, instead of us fighting to see who's better, why don't we just turn into one? So yeah, they kind of do that. They just turn into one big nation, and this is kind of and China's gotten scary now. So literally all of China, literally all of Asia is gonna team up and just absolutely wreck China. Manchuria from the north. These guys, all the Indian states and the Myanmar state from the south. All of this, everything is being occupied. And then finally, the dual China state surrenders, and it gets set back, but with a bit less this time. They don't want another Chinese union making something this big and scary. So they're gonna all the nations are gonna take some bits and pieces from the Chinas before they allow them to before they disunite. Yeah. China is big and scary no more. And they change up they definitely change the border to make it more what they call fair for the Chinas. Hold up, let me check. Does one China have more land than the other? 144, 138. This China has more. Dark red China has more land. Okay, so Manchuria will get. Not Manchuria. Korea will get. Who has Manchuria? We'll get that. 150, 138. Jesus. They decide. So let me try to find a perfect split. 130 to 123. 124, 125. 125, 128. 126, 127. They can't. There's no even. Unless we take one more away, but we add back on one to here. And yes, the Chinas are equal. I've done it. I've made equal Chinas. And no more big, scary, oh my god, that dual China is gonna kill us all. Now it's, oh hey, there's two Chinas. Oh hey, the two Chinas are equal. And this Lime Nation, yet again, expands. But they kind of decide, screw it. We're big enough. Let's split. So split is what they do. They split into two nations. This brown nation, honestly, would prefer to cuddle up to Russia. And then the rest of it stays Lime, but they'd prefer to just chill out and not do anything. So this brown nation will expand over to touch Russia just so they can get some nice relations. So yeah. And Russia, realizing, oh shoot, these guys are kind of friendly, will decide maybe it's time we expand south. So that's what they do. And you know what? They explore this little spike because I don't like it. You know what? And now that basically Asia is known by the Europeans and Asian and the Africans and like the West Asians, the rest of Asia is known by now. So they just kind of have to deal with it. And Russia continues just exploring, though they kind of stop here, deciding that's enough. And oh, wait, was that one of... Okay. But now... Yeah, so, how long have I been recording? 15 minutes, almost. So, now, this Persia is gonna begin expanding over, and actually, it now touches the Indian nation. Well, one of the three Indian nations. And now, over here, we have, what was I gonna do again? Might as well just do something. No. Spain and France. They don't like this border. Not one bit. So they're gonna make a trade. 1-2. 1-2. Border problem solved. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Just like that. And they stay the same size. Meanwhile, over here, Poland is going to actually start fighting Russia and whooping them. And Russia is going to be just like, and as soon as Russia realizes they're being whooped, they're going to surrender. Now, Poland's only going to take a bit. They're just going to take these chunks. And with that Poland's kind of doing stuff now. Poland's in the ring. And they're fighting Germany now too. And they're not going to stop until Germany unconditionally surrenders. Then finally, when Germany does unconditionally surrender, you wanna know what Poland does? It splits Germany into a Polish Germany, an Italian Germany, an Orange Team Germany, and a French Germany. Hold up, let me make that border a bit better. Yeah, that's good. So here's what Poland has done. And people are starting to fear Poland now. Sweden's starting to worry about their whole empire thing because, well, they have Poland to the south, who can, if Poland wants to, they can strike here, have immediate access to their capital, will just wrap around, have access to their second largest city, and go around here and be able to free range around the area of the most, where they make the most food. So Sweden is fearing Poland. And Sweden decides that it should probably, for the safety of its people, break up. So it breaks up so it adds Norway, and it adds Finland inland as independent nations. Oh yeah, and it adds an independent nation in this area, makes an independent Iceland, Basically, Sweden's breaking up its own empire for safety. It doesn't want to be targeted. Really, that's it. But this means that, technically, Greenland is the first instance of an independent American nation. And they all choose their capitals, but they all decide to stay close to Sweden. If Sweden were to go to war, literally all these guys would probably back them. Because, like, Sweden was the one who just gave them independence without a thought. So, yeah. Sweden is prepared for war well, why would you even want to go to war with them anymore? It's basically pointless. So, yeah. But, over in Britain, there's an anti-French revolt. There's an anti-French revolt all over in the Isles. And France decides, fine. I don't care about these islands anyway. They're pretty useless to me. But, literally as soon as Britain gets its independence, they're all like, now what? So, infighting. My favorite thing. Yeah. The entirety of the British Isles has infighting now. Literally, it's every country for themselves here. There's Scotland, there's 2 Irelands, there's like 4 Englands, and one of those Englands has Wales. Oh shoot, I've been recording for 22 minutes. Oh well, I can keep going for a little. Yeah, so it's every country for himself, but the original nation kind of does this and beats them back. And so, yeah. We kind of end up at a situation where, well, there's each kingdom is independent. But soon they begin to unify again. But then they break up again. This time. Why is it not letting me place? Oh no, it's doing that. Why is it not letting me place? Color. Why is it not letting me place this color? Maybe if I switch? Oh yeah. But why was it not letting me place that color? Oh, that's the default color. Oh, that's why. Oh, that's why. Where even? Oh, Denmark. Greenland. But yeah, this time, the entirety of the British Isles falls into complete chaos. Like, it's like Tetris. Like, putting this island back together would be like stacking up Tetris pieces. Literally, it's like each nation is like a few territories. And yeah. So the island is definitely dealing with some stuff. Yeah. And the original government is kind of just sent back over here, with each of these nations being so horribly disjointed that they border each other's capitals, but are fighting. Literally, I don't even know what to say. But Ireland, on the other hand, Ireland just rolls up to the south, casually conquers 2 nations, and goes for a few more, changes its color to the deepest green it can because I like it, and swoops up into Scotland, leaving just a central, the central Isle part of the British Isle, the Great Britain, central part of Great Britain, unifies. And France is watching like, man, I should have gotten popcorn. So yeah. But I think that's enough for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to vote in that poll I posted a while ago. See you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.